Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be looking into does sleeping naked increase your testosterone levels. So let's get right into it, with the short answer being yes, it does. Now you may be wondering how that is. So I'm going to list them off relatively quick. This should be a pretty short video, and let's get right into it. So starting off, we're going to go into the type of underwear, right? So you want a cool environment, and a lot of you may already know this, but the type of underwear and material it's made out of plays a large role in testosterone levels, especially for men. I plan on making another video, describing the best types of material for underwear for optimizing your testosterone levels, but you can go ahead and do your own research in the meantime. Men who reported primarily wearing boxers over, tidy whities had a 25% higher sperm concentration, and they also had a 70% higher total count. However, they did have a 14% lower serum FSH levels. And that's with men that are not wearing boxers, which is usually going to be, your really constrictive, which I call them, tidy whities. And there's nothing wrong wearing them unless you're trying to optimize your testosterone levels. And this is one of the things I'm trying to tell you right now, that if you are wearing, tight, even if they're tight boxers, you're suffocating your family jewels. They need air. They need to be able to breathe. And by that breathability, you're going to naturally create a cooler environment, right? And we're going to go into why that's important. But first off, if they have 14% less, FSH levels, what does that even mean? So FSH stands for follicle stimulating hormone. It's a hormone your pituitary gland makes and releases, and it plays mostly its role during sexual development, determine whether they're going to be a male or not when you're an embryo. And then later on in life, in males, this hormone drives this testosterone in the production and development of sperm. In females, this hormone triggers follicle maturation, and then that usually creates a sudden surge in LH, which drives ovulation. I've also linked a study that reports their findings on the effect of FSH being almost negligible on the amount of muscle strength you have, and they found a small, it's almost minute. They do think that it has an effect on your skeletal muscle. There are studies which you need to look into where, the higher the FSH, the more fertility you have. So that's also, beneficial to know. So what is optimal temperature? I got an older study, I couldn't really find a lot on this, but a 1987 study found that keeping the testicular temperature between 31 to 37 degrees Celsius or 88 to 99 degrees Fahrenheit allowed for optimal DNA, RNA, and protein synthesis. This results in better sperm production. The average normal body temperature is about 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's 88 degrees is quite low when you compare that to the average 98. So there's a big range there between what's optimal and what's not. Everybody's going to be different. So you may benefit from a colder environment than someone else, right? Maybe you only need a couple degrees. Maybe you need a little bit more for, optimal production. That's why I say, if you just do these small little things to help bring that temperature down just a little bit, that's why it's going to help. And that's also another reason why your testes are outside of the body, right? I don't want to get flagged for being too descriptive, but that's to help them have a more cooler temperature because they're external, not internal, right? And just because I'm saying you need a colder environment does not mean you can go run to the fridge right now, grab an ice pack, and slam it on your family jewels. That's not the way to go about it. So anyway, I recommend sleeping naked because you're not trapping heat, not constricting your jewels. And it's even worse if your room temperature is on the warmer side and already kind of hot. And then if you wear underwear or shorts to bed or anything, you're making it so much worse on you, and you got to be sweating, especially if you're underneath blankets. So but you need to use blankets. I mean, if you are sleeping naked, you need to use blankets. That way you are getting a good night's rest, because if you don't, you're going to be cold and you're not going to be able to sleep. However, if you do feel like you have to wear something to bed, because I know a lot of people, they have, some sensory issues, or they just don't feel comfortable being completely nude, I recommend probably putting on really, really loose athletic shorts. It adds more breathability, it's not constricting, and, it gives you a little bit more wiggle room than if you had sweatpants on or really constricting underwear. So what other benefits do you have? As you guys read the title, sleeping naked benefits relationships and testosterone levels. So we already went into how it benefits testosterone levels. Now let's go into the relationships. Why are we talking about relationships? It's testosterone, right? Okay, well, let's just lay it on there real quick. So hypothetically, you have a girlfriend, right? If your girlfriend comes to bed naked every night, how often are you going to be more likely to engage in bedtime activities? Pretty likely. I know I would be. So also speaking from experience, me coming to bed naked does increase intimacy levels. And, you know, it improves self-esteem. I feel like for the people that don't feel comfortable going to bed nude, I feel like if you started trying to implement it and doing it, you know, every few nights, you'll start feeling better about yourself and really just getting more confidence about your body. And you do, from the confidence, you have reduced anxiety. And as you guys know, usually bedtime activities also increase testosterone levels. Now, of course, right afterwards, the testosterone levels plummet, but after about a few hours or so, they start rising back up. And it can spike it a little bit, you know, right after that. You got a little bit of a window for a spike. So, I mean, that's another increase. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. Take that with what you will. I hope this video was beneficial to you. Here's my resources. I'll link these down below. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you guys have a good morning, good night, wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next one.